Welcome back to Metal Planet, a great place to discover new heavy metal and hard rock albums. I am Max Gris. There's a lot of great stuff coming out this release week, so here's what's coming out for January 31st, 2025. Admire the Grim is a new melodic death metal band from Finland that was founded 4 years ago. Next Friday, the members of this formation will release their debut album Resist. If you listen to the music of this 5-piece formation, it will give you a 90s and 2000s old-school melodic death metal vibe. The vocals of Admire the Grim remind me in a good way of the singer Angela Gosso, who previously sang for Arch Enemy. Resist contains catchy and memorable melodies. If you like the melodies in the recent The Halo Effect album, you might like this new release. Although Resist will be the band's very first studio album, it has a professional sound. The second album for today is Antifragile by the metalcore band All That Remains. This record will mark a number of firsts for this formation from Massachusetts. It will be the first studio album by All That Remains to be released independently. It will be the first album the band recorded without the lead guitarist Ollie Herbert, who unfortunately passed away 7 years ago, and it will be the first All That Remains album to feature the playing of the bassist Matt Dace, formerly of CKY. Antifragile was produced by Josh Wilbur, who previously worked with bands like Lamb of God and Trivium in the past. Tracks like Divine and Let You Go that were released in advance to promote the new All That Remains album demonstrate a good balance between melody and heaviness. The next release in this list will actually be released on January 30th instead of the 31st. It's the extended play Descent into Madness by the American deathcore band Enterprise Earth. The 6-track EP serves as the follow-up to the band's last full-length record, Death an Anthology, which was critically acclaimed. A music video for the first song in the extended play, One The Descent, was recently released. This track features demonic vocals, precise drumming and heavily down-tuned guitars, creating a chaotic and aggressive sound. While working on the new extended play, the goal of the band members was to create songs that represent a dark, spellbound episode through the suffering journey of insanity, and it looks like that this is exactly what we're going to get with this new release. Great American Ghost is a metalcore and hardcore formation from the state of New Hampshire that was recently on tour with the deathcore band Die Art Is Murder. The lyrics of Great American Ghost are influenced by the political landscape and social issues. With their new album Tragedy of the Commons, the members of the American band wanted to convey a feeling of hopelessness and exploitation that they feel many people experience in modern societies. Songs in their new album will also criticize government policies like the funding of wars. Musically, the tracks in this record are on the heavier side of the metalcore spectrum. Some of them, like Kerosene and Echoes of War, are particularly heavy. On January 31st, two bands with an accessible hard rock or even rock sound will respectively release a new album. The Swedish band The Hellacopters will drop Overdriver through Nuclear Blast Records. This formation was initially formed as a side project of the musician Nick Anderson of the death metal band Entombed, and it is considered to be one of the most influential rock bands in Sweden. The Night Flight Orchestra, another band from the same country, will also release a new album. This one is called Give Us the Moon, and it will be released on Napalm Records. The Night Flight Orchestra is another side project. It is a side project of the singer Bjorn Speedstrid of Soulwork and the bassist Charlie D'Angelo of Arch Enemy. Pentagram is an influential doom metal formation from the city of Alexandria, Virginia. It is considered by many fans of this metal subgenre to be a part of the Big Four of doom metal, along with Candlemass, Trouble and Saint Vitus. The new Pentagram album, Lightning in a Bottle, will feature the longtime singer of the band Bobby Liebling and a new rhythm section that consists of musicians that have recently integrated the formation in 2024. Like many doom metal bands, the music of Pentagram is influenced by the early metal band Black Sabbath. The songs from the new album have a sound that is really reminiscent of the Sabbath albums Master of Reality and Volume 4, two metal classics from the 70s. I'm not sure on how to pronounce the name of this formation correctly, Skaldr. Anyhow, it's a black metal band that was founded in 2017 by musicians that wanted to explore shared interests in the darker elements of expression. Their second album, Samsr, is inspired by the feelings of loss, devastation and change, and it is a reflection on how life and death, formation and demise form an inextricable and perpetual cycle. With Samsr, the band leans into the melodic and cold atmospheres reminiscent of the classic Scandinavian black metal sound of the 90s. The album's cool cover was done by Adam Burke, the same artist who did the cover for the album Beyond the Reach of the Sun, a great album by the band Ancients that was released last year, and you can see similar elements in both covers. If you like old school death metal, this next album might be for you. It is the Festering Dwellers by Shrieking Demons. This Italian band plays in the classic death metal style and puts an emphasis on riffs, delivery and feeling rather than speed or technicality. The members of Shrieking Demons are inspired by influential death metal bands like Death, Possessed and Autopsy, and you definitely can hear those influences in their music. So when you listen to the music of Shrieking Demons, there is a certain sense of nostalgia that brings to mind the older death metal sound of the late 80s and early 90s, but there is still something refreshing about the sound of the band. The Festering Dwellers will actually be the debut album of Shrieking Demons, which appears to be a promising new band. TheCityIsOurs is another metalcore formation releasing an album this upcoming Friday. This 5-piece band is based in the city of London, and the name of its new release is Will You Still Love Me? In many songs in this new album, there are sections that are in a heavy metalcore vein, while other sections are softer with pop music vocal melodies and bright keyboard parts. So you can say that TheCityIsOurs is a band with an eclectic sound. In the past few years, this formation has toured extensively in the UK and has appeared in a number of festivals like Camden Rocks, Burn It Down and the famous Download Festival. With the strength of its material and a growing number of fans, TheCityIsOurs is an ascending band that you should check out if you like metalcore. On January 31st, the label BMG will release 4 reissues of old school metal bands. The first 3 will be reissues of albums that were released by the early black metal and speed metal band Venom, the studio records At War with Satan and Possessed, as well as the live album Eine, Kleine, Nachtmusik. Those Venom albums were recorded by the original and classic lineup of the band that featured the singer and bassist Kronos, the guitarist Mantas and the drummer Abaddon. The new versions of At War with Satan and Possessed will contain bonus tracks. The 4th album is a reissue of the 2012 Dio compilation The Very Beast of Dio Volume 2. This compilation mainly consists of a selection of tracks from the Dio studio albums Angry Machines, Magica, Killing the Dragon and Master of the Moon that were released between 1996 and 2002. Proof of Existence will be the debut album of Void of Hope, an interesting new band that caught my attention. It's a Finnish black metal trio that consists of members of other black metal bands like Moonlight Sorcery and On Foot. On Void of Hope's Bandcamp page, it is written that their new album was composed and recorded in a studio during a period of 5 days, and that during that time there was a minus 30 degrees temperature outside and a complete darkness for most of the day. There is a parallel between these bad weather conditions and the cold and dark sound of the band. In addition to being inspired by bad weather conditions, the new album has been described as being a journey through mental health and depression. Weed Demon is a sludge metal, doom metal and stoner rock band from Columbus, Ohio. Next Friday, this group will release its third studio album, The Doom Scroll, through the labels Electric Valley and Daily Grind Records. This album will contain a dense atmosphere, dirty guitar tones, slow riffs, and harsh vocals that evoke the humid and swampy bayous of the southern United States. While containing a relatively short runtime and a total of just 5 tracks, it appears that this release is considered a regular studio album by the band and not an extended play. I listened to 2 tracks from the Doom Scroll, and I think that if you like bands like Corrosion of Conformity, Red Fang and Black Tusk, there is a chance that you could like the music of Weed Demon. If you like to stay up to date on the new heavy music releases, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more heavy music related content. Also let me know in the comments down below what are going to be your picks for this week. The album that I'm looking forward to the most from this list is the new All That Remains album. Metalcore is not the metal subgenre I have listened to the most in my life, but this year I plan to try to listen to more metalcore bands. I have the feeling that Antifragile will be a strong release, so I'll definitely listen to that one. If you know a great metalcore album that me and other people should listen to, also write it down below and I'll check it out. So thanks for watching this video and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!